Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this Survivor Series Outside the Ropes special. I'm your host of Outside the Ropes, as always, Matthew Murray, and I've got a guest with me tonight for this special occasion. We're celebrating the 25-year career of The Undertaker tonight, and we're also previewing tonight's big pay-per-view in Atlanta, Georgia, the 29th edition of the Survivor Series. I have Tony with me. He's returned. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm not too bad.
Now, you're here for the pay-per-view. 25 years of The Undertaker we're celebrating tonight, and also the pay-per-view itself, where we're going to crown a new world champion. Exciting times in WWE tonight.
Yes, but The Undertaker still needs to go home and retire. 25 years is a long time to be wrestling.
Especially with injuries. But anyway, 25 years of The Undertaker. We've asked you out there to send us your emails and tweets and Facebooks and stuff like that for your favourite Undertaker memories, and some of you have done that, which we'll read out very, very shortly. And we're going to share with you our favourite Undertaker memories as well over the last 25 years. There's been that many we were talking about before we come on tonight, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's thousands, hundreds of thousands. But yeah, there's a lot of them.
Well, we'll talk about your favourite ones shortly, my favourite ones too, and we'll see what the fans have to say too. But tonight's the night, Tony. Survivor Series is here, the 29th annual Survivor Series. 29 years of the pay-per-view.
That's a long time.
That's older than you.
Yeah, I haven't even been alive, so I was about to say next day I haven't been even alive that long. But
No comment. But 29th annual Survivor Series. Some good matches on the card tonight, but we're guaranteed to have a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Seth Rollins, the injured champion, is gone. We all know that now. He's had surgery and he's on the mend on the way back. But we've had this tournament for the last few weeks. We're down to the final four tonight, Tony. Can I ask you, out of the final four, where we have Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Alberto Del Rio, and Kevin Owens, who out of those four is going to leave the champion tonight?
none.
Seriously?
None of them.
You're not going to say the same thing that I said a few weeks ago, where you think Sheamus is going to cash in Money in the Bank tonight?
Yep, he is. And he will leave champion.
Okay. A lot of speculation going around that we're going to have a heel turn tonight, maybe from Dean Ambrose. We heard at the start a few weeks ago that it could be Roman Reigns turning heel, but these strong rumours are coming out now that Dean Ambrose is going to turn tonight on Roman Reigns, and he's going to be leaving Atlanta GA tonight with the world title.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I still
Do you think it'd be a good turn?
it would, yes, but I still see Sheamus coming out, cashing in Money in the Bank and walking away.
I did say that, where Roman Reigns to win the title and then Sheamus to cash in.
Yeah, but actually, no, I would like to see Dean Ambrose. If that doesn't actually happen, and it does, one of them four has to win, I would like to see Dean Ambrose win it.
Okay, fair enough. Now, let's just move away from that sort of match and then the pay-per-view. Stay on the subject of the pay-per-view, of course, but let's move away quickly. We've heard all the stories going around, Tony, on the internet the last few days that there could have been some security alerts, should we say, at the pay-per-view tonight. WWE have responded. We heard in the news, if you haven't heard in the news, guys, the rumours were going around that apparently, and obviously we've heard about the attacks that happened in Paris just over a week ago. We didn't really want to talk about it very much here on the show. We did dedicate last week's episode to the victims of the Paris attacks, but a lot of people there do know now about the Paris attacks, but now ISIS were apparently saying that they're going to be attacking, could it maybe be the United States or Atlanta in general, but there was high speculation going around that the pay-per-view could be under threat tonight. But Triple H has confirmed, guys, if you are listening to us, now we have a couple of followers who are actually on Twitter who are actually going to the pay-per-view tonight, and Triple H has confirmed that there will be extra security tonight. There will be no bags allowed into the arena. They're opening the doors an hour early to the pay-per-view. This makes sure everybody is searched and everything's thoroughly checked from top to bottom. Tony, I think it's disgusting the fact that an entertainment event like WWE being put under threat over terrorists. I mean, can I ask you quickly your thoughts on it? I think it's absolutely disgusting, but the event goes ahead tonight as planned. Your thoughts?
It should go ahead because, by cancelling any sort of event or any sort of, whatever, by cancelling big events like that, it's just letting them win, really.
It's the same as any sport. I mean, football, for example, or soccer, as the Americans like to call it. said the other day, why should we stop football?
Yeah.
It's letting them win.
It's letting them win, and it's showing that, oh, we must be getting the reasons by doing this.
It's a weakness.
You know, so fair play to WWE for all the rest of the sporting events and stuff for continuing doing what they're doing.
We have been keeping I've been keeping an eye on it for the podcast as well, and eye on the story over the last day or so. But if we hear any more, guys, we'll certainly tweet out on Twitter, and we hope everybody enjoys the pay-per-view who attends tonight, and then obviously watches it at home like ourselves on the WWE Network or on pay-per-view or wherever it is you're watching it. But I think it's great. A lot of people are saying that the event should be cancelled, but they're showing a strong solidarity with each other and saying, we're not going to let these guys win. I totally agree. But the event goes ahead, guys. Triple H did send out a few tweets about it, and there's a thing on WWE.com about it. If for anybody who's attending the event tonight, just obviously they're taking extra security precautions just to see. But anyway, go back to the event itself on a high note. We're going to be guaranteed a world champion tonight. Bottom line.
Yeah. Still, Sheamus, Dean Ambrose. One of them two have to win it.
Well, I did say a few weeks ago about Sheamus, but there you go. But it's going to be interesting. Let's move on to the rest of the card for the night. No tag team titles on the line tonight. No Intercontinental title on the line tonight. No US title on the line because both the single champions are in the final four for the WWE World title. But there has been an announcement of a traditional Survivor Series match. Now, my guess is going to be the New Day is going to be involved in it. The Dudley Boys are going to be involved in it. The Usos are going to be involved in it. I'm guessing maybe along the lines of the New Day with somebody else. I think it's going to be a 5-on-5 as far it is. I'm thinking the New Day are going to be teaming up with two, maybe against the Usos, the Dudley Boys, and somebody else. Maybe Cesaro or something like that.
Yeah, well, I can't see them keeping the New Day and the likes of Dudleys and all off the show, so
I think they're going to have to be in it. They have to be. Now, on the taping of this podcast now, we don't know who the participants are. So if you listen to this podcast and the matches have already been announced, well then, sorry. At least we get a 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, and you can turn your mobile phone off in the background. He has his phone on, no phones. They had to have a Survivor Series match, didn't they?
But
it's traditional.
Every match should be a Survivor Series match.
The way it used to be.
Title match, yeah. That's the way it used to be.
I think they should have kept the concept from 1990 where you had Survivor Series matches and the survivors from each match then faced each other in the grand finale match of Survival at the end of the night.
Yeah.
They've only ever done that once. I think it was a great idea.
Yeah, well, it's WWE writers for you. They just
Heads in the clouds.
Yeah.
Other matches on the card tonight. Dolph Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze. How do you think Tyler Breeze is getting on since he came up from NXT?
I think he's actually doing quite well. I think he is the new Shawn Michaels.
I have said that.
The way he gets on, the way,
Pretty boy.
But, yeah, I think he will. I think he'll do quite well on the main
He's doing
roster.
well so far. I watched him compete in Belfast. And he was very good against Dolph Ziggler. So, who you going for in that one?
I'm going to go for Tyler Breeze.
I'm the same. I think I'll go for Tyler Breeze tonight. We also have an interesting women's match for the Divas title. Now, did you see that at contract signing on Raw? The controversial contract signing?
Yes, I did, yes.
But what's your thoughts on them going a bit low blow with the whole bringing Charlotte's brother into it? The late, obviously Charlotte's brother passed away. What do you think of WWE bringing that into the story?
It's terrible. It's good because then people, it's good to bring up people's names and stuff so people can remember them, but
not in that way.
No,
I mean,
not
Ric Flair didn't even know about it.
Not in that way. It's not right at all. I know they're good friends in real life and whatever else, but it's kind of bad.
Not a good thing.
No, definitely not.
Okay, but no, it was the match itself. I think tonight's going to be great. I think they're going to beat the hell out of each other, and I'm going to be pulling for Charlotte.
Yeah.
I don't think Paige is going to win tonight.
No.
Because
Even if she was to win after what she said on Raw, no, I can't. I can't see
really
it.
can't see it, to be honest, either. Now, the big match of the night, the match I'm looking forward to, apart from the world title matches, of course, the Brothers of Destruction get back together tonight to fight the Wyatt family. It was announced now that it's going to be Mr. Strowman, the big guy, and Bray against Undertaker and Kane. Are you looking forward to this match tonight?
Yes, but I think they should have made it more interesting and sort of put the four members of the Wyatts in it and give Kane and Undertaker, tag team partners, and sort of made it like a Survivor Series type match.
Well, there was a lot of rumors going around. It was supposed to be Sting and Finn Balor with Taker and Kane versus the entire Wyatt family. Unless we do get an appearance tonight from someone, they maybe interfere in that match. You don't know, but it's Taker's 25th anniversary. He's teaming up with his brother Kane. It's pretty big, though, isn't it? The Bar of Destruction back together tonight.
Oh yeah, that's what they reunited a few years back on Raw 1000, I think it was, and then never seen or heard of them again.
Bits and bobs about now and again, like. But I mean,
but it's going to be good to see them in a match together again. It's going to be really good.
who are you pulling for?
Taker and Kane.
I have to Taker and Kane all the way. If the Wyatt family win, probably by a fluke or something, maybe, or cheating or something like that, maybe. But then we end up where Taker and Kane beat them down anyway.
Yep.
What did you think? What do you make of the whole Druids thing with the sheep masks?
I just thought Undertaker and Kane beat up a few kids because they were really tiny. The people that had doing them druids like that, it was.
And then Bray had them out in SmackDown, and Taker come out, and then all the lights went out, and the lights come back on again, and they were all unconscious out of the ring. Did you not see that in SmackDown? No.
No, I didn't actually know.
Did you actually not see? Going away from that, did you see the thing on SmackDown with R-Truth?
No.
They had a standoff at Miz TV with all the four competitors for world title, and R-Truth come out and goes, "Yeah, I'm going to be the next world heavyweight champion." And they're all looking at him going, "What the hell?" And he starts to go, "Oh, wait a minute, my bad." And he hugs Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and I'm not hugging you two. And R-Truth, and he walks away. Then the Miz starts slobbering, and then Ambrose floors him. I think R-Truth's come back down that road again of Little Jimmy.
Oh God, no.
Absolute nuts. Anyway, moving away from Undertaker and Kane's match, I'm going to be pulling for Taker and Kane. Let's talk about The Undertaker. Only 25 years. It's been a long time. You were only 1 year old when Undertaker first debuted in WWF at the time.
Yeah, so obviously I can't really remember much about it, but over the years it's been great watching everything he could do, and things he's done.
What's your earliest memory of The Undertaker?
I really can't remember that far back. I don't know.
Well, I remember his debut like it was yesterday. I'll tell you.
I've watched his whole career, so I can't really remember which was my first like actually time seeing him. So
My first time seeing him was the very first night he debuted, because I'll tell you a true story. I'll tell you my earliest memory. It was the very first day that he debuted, 1990. I'm not gonna
oh man.
Remember, it was the clearest day like it was yesterday. It was the Friday before the event. I remember looking through the old WWF magazine. Do you remember that?
No, I was only one. How could I remember?
Well,
that?
you remember the WWF, whenever you were younger, the WWF
Yes,
magazine.
I
But
do, yes.
this is the older version of the WWF magazine. Well, anyway, and I had it on Superstars Wrestling Challenge and all building up who was it going to be. So I remember sitting in the school that Friday, and sitting there talking to my friends, going, "Who's it going to be?" Well, I actually thought one person, my friend, I remember Clarence, says maybe it could be Mr. Perfect because he's friends with DiBiase. But then he was in his own match with Demolition.
Yeah.
And they were trying to figure out look down the roster, who was it going to be? Could it be this guy, that guy? Would it be a girl? No, it wouldn't be a girl, because back then the girls didn't even get in the ring with men.
Yeah.
Who would it be? And then I remember vaguely, it was yesterday, it was on Sky Movies. And that's how far back it was. It wasn't even on Sky Sports, it was Sky Movies at the time. And out he comes. And the first expression was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" Now, back then, yes, we had WCW on Saturday afternoon on ITV and stuff like that. For you people in the States who know what ITV is, it's a channel here in the UK. We used to get WCW. And I remember seeing Mark Calloway, or Dangerous Mark, on there now and again, but you wouldn't have thought ever he would have went to the WWF and became the character that he became. The first night, you've seen his first match, haven't you?
Yeah, I've watched it.
The $1 million team versus the Dream Team, which was the Hart Foundation, Coco Beware, and Dusty Rhodes against DiBiase, the Honky Tonk Man, Greg Harmer Valentine, and The Undertaker. And Taker was actually counted out in his first match. But do you remember that tombstone he gave Coco Beware in the first night?
Yeah, terrible.
They're crucified the poor guy. Poor Frankie.
He was saying part for months.
He thought he was a... But I mean, his first match, it was unreal. And then with a year later, he won the title against Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
at Survivor Series where Ric Flair came out and helped them. Now let's talk about our favourite memories of The Undertaker. Obviously, my first memory was Survivor Series 1990. Give me a couple of your favourite moments from Taker.
Hell in the Cell with Foley.
Well, obviously, I knew you were going to say that. That's most people's favourite memory.
Also, Michaels and Taker Royal Rumble. Taker or Michaels busted his back. That was actually
Royal
a good match.
Rumble, yep. What about the Boiler Room Brawls with Mankind?
Oh,
the match,
yeah.
The match, was it SummerSlam that year?
Yeah, even all his matches, Mankind. Was
Well, Mick
brilliant.
Foley even put out on Facebook today, thanked The Undertaker with a lot of photographs of helping his career.
Oh yeah, well he did, but and then whenever he came back, he disappeared for a long time, and then he came back as the American Badass. That was
Well, the time for me was Royal Rumble 94, him and Yokozuna for the WWF title, the casket match.
oh
Where all the guys come out like Bam Bam Bigelow, the Head Shrinkers, Jeff Jarrett, they all come out and beat him up and put him in the casket. And the next minute, the lights went out when they were pushing the casket
Yes.
away, and he flew off into the sky, and you never seen him again. I think it was until WrestleMania 9, I think it was he came back. Yeah, it was WrestleMania 9. But I mean, I remember that like it was yesterday too.
I loved the whole storyline he done with DDP. I actually thought that was pretty cool.
The Stalker.
Yeah, I thought that was actually quite good. I remember.
What about SummerSlam 94? Undertaker versus Undertaker?
Oh god, that was creepy.
DiBiase's Undertaker versus Paul Bearer's Undertaker?
Yeah, but I actually never knew. I couldn't remember until recently about back into that whole thing of how that happened. It was the fake Undertaker they had on TV.
Yeah.
Whilst the real one was away, probably lying on a beach somewhere.
Healing up.
Yeah,
The time that he wrestled with a broken eye socket with the mask on,
God.
and then he broke his other eye socket. He was mask. I think it was for nearly a year.
I actually didn't know back then though that he was actually injured. I thought it was just a thing he was doing. Where
Now everybody thought. Now the most famous thing about the Undertaker has to be the streak.
yeah,
His streak is the most famous thing. 21-1, a star, or 22-1. It stands at now.
yeah.
Sorry, 22-1. But a lot of people don't understand that he actually missed 2 WrestleManias in between that.
Which WrestleMania did he miss?
He missed WrestleMania 10 and he missed WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah, no, I knew he missed 2000 because that was the Fatal 4-Way for the title.
And he missed WrestleMania 10.
Did it?
He didn't compete on the card.
Oh, why? Yeah, he didn't.
No. So he would have been 24-1 now.
Yeah.
Was within time. But his famous streak that he had for so many years was ended at WrestleMania 30 with Brock Lesnar.
I'll never forget watching that. That was weird, like watching that. Very weird watching WrestleMania.
A lot of people have been talking about that streak recently, especially on the video vignettes they've been doing on WWE.com, etc. recently in the last few days. But his streak will never be matched again. There's no question about it. I mean, everybody talks about his favourite memories, but the streak has to be the most.
Yeah. And nobody will ever come close to beating that. That's something he can always say he done.
Oh yeah, I mean he's definitely a legend. Probably as JBL said in the most recent thing on the WWE Network, the most respected wrestler or person to ever lace up their boots or walk into a WWE ring.
Yep, definitely.
Would you agree?
Yep. Even now, I suppose all the younger ones are still looking to earn his respect. Like whenever Cena and all come in, that's one of the first people he tried to impress was Taker. Wasn't anybody else, because
I mean, he didn't want to be that head of the locker room role. It just sort of was bestowed onto him, because he was the sensible head on the shoulders.
And also, a lot of them left. Kevin Nash left. Scott Hall left. He stuck around. Him and Michaels were the only real two that didn't go anywhere. Or, didn't go got offered to go but never did.
No.
Stayed loyal to Vince.
Well, let's talk about. I mean, finally the streak. I mean, look at the people he beat in the streak. Sid. Who else? Mark Henry, Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, CM Punk, Superfly Jimmy Snuka, Jake the Snake Roberts, Kane twice. To really not to talk about John Gonzalez.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
But this just says that guy.
Indeed. King Kong Bundy, Big Daddy Cool Diesel, there's so many.
Yeah.
The Big Boss Man was one of them as well.
Oh yeah, he beat him WrestleMania 15.
Yeah. Ric Flair was another one too. The Big Show and A-Train
Yeah.
Let me see who else do we have.
19.
You know, there were so many. He beat Batista.
Triple H
Whereas Triple H beat twice, 3 times.
3 times, and then he beat Michaels twice.
Edge.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's so many that he beat over the years. The streak, but I mean, the streak will never be matched. There's no way.
Definitely not.
But let's talk about some of his moments that stand out for you. Any moments that sort of make you laugh when you look back at the Undertaker? I can think of one. We talked about it earlier. The famous pants that he wore at Survivor Series 2000.
No. Oh God.
If you haven't saw these pants that he wore, he was doing the biker gimmick at the time. He fought Kurt Angle at Survivor Series. I think it's wherever he.
Skin type thing?
Aye, it was whenever Kurt brought his brother out to do a double.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2000 Survivor Series. If you haven't watched it on the network or on YouTube, go back and watch it. Look at Undertaker's trousers. Where did he get the idea for those?
Oh God, those.
They're as bad as Shawn Michaels' shorts. He wore Judgment Day 2000 as a referee. What was the banana smuggling shorts?
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ. No, but yeah, that kind of made me wonder about him back then. Whenever I see them.
Yeah. But I mean, you talk about Undertaker all night. I mean, 25 years. You wouldn't believe it was 25 years. But so much going on. I mean,
He's been wrestling. He's been wrestling nearly longer than I've been alive.
I in WWE, but he was wrestling well before that.
Yeah.
I mean, his career before he got to the WWE is, you know, in the skyscrapers and
Is there
me,
anybody
Mark, and
actually wrestled for 25 years for the WWE or WWF, and as long as has anybody actually wrestled as long as him for this one?
the same company? I wouldn't think so. No.
No, I can't think of anybody. Because
Without leaving.
left and all, you see. So,
Yeah.
but he stayed. For
He's the one- he's the
25
constant.
years, yeah.
He's the constant. It's as simple as that. I mean, you know, people have been tweeting us and getting involved in this conversation in the last lot of days, and I want to get a couple of them up here now as we're looking here, Tony. What I'll do is I'll go to our Facebook first of all. We'll have a good one in from Facebook today. A couple of fans on Facebook were sending us in a couple of messages and stuff like that, and obviously thank you very much, guys, for all your messages and stuff. I'll just have a wee look here and see. Where are we? Marty Bell says his favourite moment was WrestleMania 25 versus Shawn Michaels.
Oh,
The
brilliant.
first one of their two matches.
Yeah, brilliant. That was match of the year. That year it was a brilliant match.
I mean, what more could you say? I mean, the top of the year after again,
Yeah.
26. We'll have one in here from let's have a look. Claire on Messenger on Facebook has said definitely without far Shawn Michaels again.
Yeah. I actually like the match he had with Jeff Hardy on Raw for the WWE title. The ladder match.
The ladder match. I mean, he was the
Actually,
bad. Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
That was a good match.
definitely. Alan says here on Facebook as well, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
And the fact that he wrestled that match with a broken ankle too, or a busted ankle.
Yeah, that's right. I actually never knew that until.
What about the night that he knocked out Austin at Madison Square Garden? Austin talked about it on his recent thing on the WWE Network. He talked about it years ago where he was going for a backdrop and he flipped his head up and caught on Austin on the chin.
Yeah, I remember
and
that,
this
yeah.
is the funniest part was Earl Hebner said to him, he goes, "You alright, Steve?" He goes, "Where am I, Earl?" He goes, "You're in the garden, son." You know, he knocked out to that match. And Undertaker ended up with an injury on there as well.
Yeah.
I think it was his pelvis. Huh?
He has fought through a lot of injuries like over the last 25
Yeah.
years, and it's surprising to think that tonight he'll be wrestling again.
Definitely. Lee says the boiler room brawls with Mankind and the feud with Mankind was great.
Yeah, definitely.
I would agree totally, 110%. The boiler room brawls were great, weren't they?
Yeah.
Unreal. Emma on Facebook says here the time he tagged with the Big Show. They were tag team
Oh, yeah,
titles
yeah.
back in '99 when they
Yeah,
were
with the
tag team
Ministry.
champions. Yeah,
Yeah.
they had that weird music thing.
Yeah.
The Big Show was wearing trunks.
Yeah. Big Show should never have wore trunks.
Not well. Then it was acceptable, a bit more trimmed down, but not now.
No. No.
No comment.
Yeah, exactly. It's disgusting.
Gary says the biker gimmick was
Yeah.
his favorite time. The biker gimmick.
But then
where-
again, it was still good to see it WrestleMania 20 to him coming back as the actual.
Well, I was there.
phenom.
I was there 20. I was in attendance that night in the garden, and it was just unreal.
Drew it on fire.
Yep, exactly. I've said many a time. Drew it on fire behind the stage, and Paul Bearer. The
Yeah.
return of Paul. May God, may rest in peace.
Or the night he buried Paul Bear in concrete. That was,
Great American Bash.
That was brilliant. He was fighting to try not to get him buried in concrete, and he ends up burying him anyway.
Michael says the night Paul Bear turned on him at SummerSlam. I think that was the Boiler Room Brawl, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He hit him in the
was,
head
yeah.
with the iron. That was a good night. Nobody
Yeah.
expected that to happen either, because they were so back then. It was you never really heard because there was no internet or anything back then.
Well, there was, but
But it was like snail mail,
yeah.
unreal. But that's some of the Facebook comments. You keep thinking how many more Undertaker memories you can think of, because I mean there's so many. I mean
Yeah.
you could be there all night, so you could. Let's have a look here on Twitter now. But for a big hello to our new follower, Kevin Green, who's been sharing our post. What do you think that Survivor Series poster was sent it today?
Oh
You know,
yeah, yeah. That was pretty good.
If you haven't checked it out, guys, it's on Twitter. The Survivor Series poster was sent out. Jimmy on Twitter has said that his favourite Undertaker memory will be tonight when they destroy the Wyatt family.
Is that little Jimmy? As in Archer's?
No.
No. All right.
So his favourite memory would be tonight whenever they destroy the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
He mustn't be a very big Wyatt family fan.
I think the Wyatt family are doing all right, but it's going to be great to see Undertaker.
Do you think
again.
Bray's the new Undertaker of this generation?
He's like Undertaker, Mankind, sort of threw together.
With
He's
a bit of
like
with a
the
bit
homeless.
of IRS.
He's like a wee homeless guy, like a wee homeless bum-looking guy, but he's really dark and creepy. That's what It's, but yeah, I think he is the new face of fear, as he calls himself, the eater of worlds.
Okay.
Is that why he's fat?
George says his most shocking moment was WrestleMania 30
Yeah.
with
Without a doubt.
Brock Lesnar ending the streak, and also his favorite moment with the Undertaker was his match with Randy Orton at WrestleMania 21.
Yeah. Or yeah.
Which put Randy was already established, but it really put Randy up on a higher level.
Did, yeah. I actually thought Orton would have beat him, but no. The talk about Brock Lesnar and Undertaker, their first that Hell in a Cell match they had, the first ever one, was great. Where just before
I
Brock
No Mercy?
left. Yeah, it was a brilliant Hell in a Cell match. like.
Bloodbath, like.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
The first one with that. Well, let's talk about one final thing about Undertaker. The Hell in the Cell. I mean, he was in the first match against Michaels.
Yeah.
Funny enough, Kane debuted
Yeah, that's quite true.
18
yeah.
years ago.
Even that Hell in a Cell match was brilliant because nobody had
Seen a match like that.
Yeah, nobody had really seen anything like that.
They
But
had a cage, something similar in WCW with like what did they call it? Not War Games, what was it called? That stupid one where they had Abdul the Butcher sitting in the chair and all, remember that time? Cactus Jack.
yeah.
I don't know what, but the Hell in the Cell was unique
Yeah.
and it was new and it was awesome.
Yeah, it still is to this day.
It's evolved into what it is now. And his last Hell in the Cell against Brock Lesnar.
That was brilliant too. Like, the guy's not young anymore. But he can still go in the ring for the age of him.
And one, can I just add as well, the best striker in the business.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
I would gladly let him. And can I let him punch me in the face? But can I also say another Undertaker memory? And you will probably smile about this one. When Undertaker was in Belfast one time, it was a few years ago. We were actually in the Hilton Hotel with him, and this is one of my favorite Undertaker memories. I should have brought this up sooner, but I didn't. This is how good of a guy he is. Now, if you approach the Undertaker for an autograph in a nice, respectful manner, no problem. You get in his face and go, take her. He will tell you where to go. I was in the hotel one night with my ex-wife, and we were sitting around the table, and at the table we had him, Michelle McCool, we had Kenny Dykstra, which he was really pissing me off that night. Victoria, Mickey James. Who else was there? I'm trying to remember who else was there. Anyway, the story of this was, and there was two regular people who we knew as well. Victoria and Mickey James were having a bit of a good time, should we say. They were up drinking and stuff, and they were trying to get Michelle McCool up onto the wee dancing area because we were playing music and all in the bar. And Michelle McCool wasn't having any of it, so they finally sat down. And Taker got up and decided they wanted to buy a drink.
Yeah.
And Taker, he's a bit of a whiskey drinker and loves his Jack Daniels and stuff. And he turned. Yeah, he's from Texas. He turned up. He stood up. There's about 10 of us at the table, and he stood up and he pointed to every one of us, including me and my ex, and he offered everyone at that table a drink. And I'll tell you now, and I swear to you, to God, mate, I'm not telling you a word of a lie. He pointed to me, and I near shit my pants. I know I swear here on the air, I don't care, but it's the Undertaker. Even when he points his finger at you and he goes, "Do you want a drink?" You go, "Holy, I know." I'm probably going to get slapped in the wrist for saying it, but I don't care. And I went, "Yeah." And my ex-wife at the time turned around and said, "No, it's okay." And I looked at her and I went, "Are you for real? When he offers you a drink, you take the damn drink."
Yes, exactly.
You know, whether it be, I'll drink it, give it to me, and I'll drink it. So she took it, and he bought, and I'll never forget it because whenever he was about to leave, the guy that was sitting beside me, I don't want to name his name, obviously, because he doesn't want to be named on the air. We both looked up at him and said, "Thanks for the drink." And he went, "No, no problem, appreciate it. No, thanks for your company." And I got to speak to him for about a couple of minutes. You know, nothing about the business. I'm just asking. He was just asking about Belfast and about the times of the troubles and stuff like that. But that was my favorite. I mean, talking to him, he was such a nice guy, and he bought me a drink. And fair enough, the drink burnt the back of my throat, but I didn't give a damn. The Undertaker bought it to me. But you know, that was a good thing about the Undertaker. If you ever meet him, he's a nice guy. He's approachable. He'll talk to you. But if you're really in his face and you're sticking stuff in his face, "Oh, sign this, sign this, sign this," he will say to you, "Get the hell out of my face."
Yeah, exactly.
But if you walk up to him in a nice manner and say, "Excuse me," whether you like to be called Mark or Taker or whatever, "Sir, can I please have a picture?" He will do it for you.
Yeah.
You never met him.
No, I haven't met him, no.
You saw him perform.
Yeah, I've seen him live in Belfast and stuff, but yeah, I would love to meet him. Just to actually sit down and talk to him.
In closing about The Undertaker, there's only one thing I'd like to say. He always knew how to make an entrance.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Even whenever he was the evil Undertaker, he was really creepy.
The ministry was awesome.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bradshaw was in the ministry and now he's a commentator. Just shows you, he's actually out wrestled him and everything.
But in closing, tonight's going to be, I hope they do something big for The Undertaker tonight
Yeah,
after his
they'll have
match.
to.
I really do hope they do. I'm looking forward to tonight. If you haven't ordered
his
maybe?
last match though?
No, I wouldn't think so.
Really?
Don't know yet. Well, it depends. He surprises us all. Don't know. If you haven't ordered the pay-per-view yet, order it. Or if you're on the network, watch
I
it.
go and sign up to WWE Network. It's only like $9.99, £9.99, whatever, but it's going to be a lot cheaper than buying it off Sky or any other.
Not that we're getting Sky because we're not.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. But looking forward to it tonight. Can't wait. We'll be talking to you on Twitter throughout the pay-per-view tonight. Myself and Tony will be here.
Yes, I will.
And a couple of other guys and people from the show as well will all be tuning in. May even do a wee video of us all watching the pay-per-view and stick it up on Twitter and say hello to everybody.
Could do.
Say hello, how's it going? Keep the tweets coming tonight, guys. If anything else changes regarding the card, you know, it changes. You know, the show's already taped, so there's nothing we can do.
Just hopefully there's no injuries because of, you know.
Nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, exactly. Watch Roman Reigns win the title and going, yeah, I'm champion, getting injured.
There you are. Like Seth Rollins that night with I said hello to everybody at the Dublin show. And then, as soon as we turned the microphone off and put the show online, we heard Seth Rollins get injured. Before I go, I want to give a shout out to our friends and partners of the podcast, Wrestling's Past. Guys, don't forget to check them out. wrestlingspast.blogspot.co.uk and at Wrestling's Past on Twitter for all your historian needs of professional wrestling. We're going to hit the road. We're going to go and get ready for tonight's pay-per-view. We're going to actually head out now and get some munchies and drinks and whatever else in because we need it. Cause we're hungry and we haven't eaten, so we're going to go and get ready for the pay-per-view. So enjoy, guys. Before you go, sorry, quickly, Tony. WWE 2K16, what do you think?
Awesome. Very, very good. I've actually...
I haven't even talked about it on the game. Well, I haven't talked about it on the show, but WWE 2K16 is available. I play it. It's awesome. You play it?
Yeah, it took over my life for about 3 days. It's terrible.
Great game. Enjoy tonight's Survivor Series. You know, I'll be back at the usual time on Wednesday for another edition of Outside the Ropes. Enjoy tonight's pay-per-view, guys. Don't forget to send us messages and tweets throughout the night. And wherever you're watching it, enjoy it. Enjoy the 25th year anniversary celebration of The Undertaker. Tonight at Survivor Series. So from Tony...
I will see you when I see you.
Indeed, and myself, I'll be back on Wednesday for more news, scoops, and all the usual jazz that we have here on Outside the Ropes. So from everybody here, enjoy tonight's pay-per-view, and we'll see you all back here on Wednesday.